Guten Tag, good evening. I'm going to speak about such an interesting topic as is child labor in India. And one of the first question is child labor legal in India? Well, based on the video, it's not legal. However, they have some children's working for them out there. Next question will be, what is the minimum average wage per day in India rupee? And what is the equivalent in American dollar? Well, based on the video, it mentions that in rural India, people work for 20 to 40 rupees a day. The rupee is basically the Indian money, and that's the equivalent in American dollar in less than 50 cents. That's really low. Our next question will be, why are children sent to work in India? Well, basically extremely poverty, and due to the families struggle to earn enough money to feed them children's, low wages and financial difficulties forces family to send their children to work day to day. So that's one of the biggest reasons. Another question will be, please briefly describe the type of jobs you saw in the videos. Well, basically one of the jobs I saw is waving carpets. One specific sample provided in the video is that one of the guys that was like 11 years old boy that was sold by his parents and forced to work for a waiver. The employer made him work longer hours. We're talking about 16 to 17 hours per day, and subjected him to abuse when attempting to leave the job. And he was using like these tools that he used to for the carpet waving to mark the child's face. I mean, physical abuse in all sense. Another one was general labor in rural areas. Basically, the video broadly mentioned the rural India children and adults work very low wages, possibly in various agricultural or manual labor jobs for minimum pay, which is typically less than 50 cents per day, which is terrible low. So basically next question will be, will you sell your child because you cannot feed him or her? Okay, I'm going to make a little pause here because this is a really interesting question, and I will say this is a highly sensitive and personal question. Selling a child is like a extreme action of desperation, I would say, and it's very tragic because this is a reality that happens in most countries right now, because there are families in extremely poverty that cannot even afford water and they have to sell their children. Personally, I would say no, but I never been in that situation, so I cannot make a statement about it, but I will definitely want like that to happen in my life. So yes, my answer will be basically no. Next question will be, what are some of the punishments children suffer if they resist working in India? Well, as I mentioned before, the video has a case of a child who was attempt to leave his employer face physical abuse with the employer, and he was using basically a tool used to waving carpets to leave a mark in the child's face, and that's obviously physical abuse and threats that are really common when childs attempt to leave work in India. Last question but not least will be, what is your overall stance and opinion of child labor, and how do you believe it can be eradicated not only in India but also in the world? Well, I make a really long note in this one, but I will be summarizing it for the video. So child labor is a violation of human rights and has detrimental effects on child's physical and mental well-being. It should be eradicated globally. To combat the issue, it's required multifaceted approach involving education, enforcement of laws, and economic improvements. So that's my opinion, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you.